Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Ninja NC300UK Ice Cream Maker. And what I want to do today is to show you around the ice cream maker, some of the features and benefits that it offers. But I don't just want to show you around it, I actually want to make some ice cream and see how well it performs. Just before we start, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, just give us a quick thumbs up. What I do is I talk about household appliances, vacuum cleaners, normally a bit of tech and gadgets in there as well. First thing we need to do is to get the ice cream maker unboxed. I must say, I've always been fascinated by ice cream makers. It's something I haven't actually tried before. At home we do get through quite a bit of ice cream, and I suppose that's why it's quite interesting. But let's just get some of these bits unpackaged. So we've got, in this ice cream maker you get 3 tubs. Apparently you can make up to 1.4 litres of ice cream. So it would take quite a lot of eating to get through 1.4 litres of ice cream. Pop those to the side. So there we go. That's the beauty itself. And clearly we've got the third tub is part of the actual bowl itself. So I think what I want to do, I've got a lot of stickers and things on here. Just having a quick look, and I must say I've had a quick read through the instructions to start with, because you do get this, so you get a little manual with it, so it's a recipe guide. I must say I've had a very brief read through it. You can go onto the website, so it's the ninjakitchen.com/ice cream, and they've got a huge range. I did have a quick look at that earlier as well. They have got a huge range of different recipes, but this comes with it as well. So this is just a recipe guide. And what I want to do is I'm actually going to make 2 different types of ice cream. Well, I'm going to make 1 ice cream and 1 gelato. If I just press the button and that comes out like that, then the third one is just located inside. So I think what I want to do at the moment is I want to get all the packaging put to one side and let's start to have a look at it. So now that I've got everything unpackaged, what I have done is I have just given everything a quick wash. I suppose because you've got food going into these, then I'd always recommend just giving them a quick rinse before you start to put anything in here. But I've given these a quick rinse and then made sure they're completely dry. As far as these, so these are the tubs that come with it. As I say, you get 3 with this model, with the NC300. You can buy others, so I suppose the idea is you can batch make the ice cream. That's, I suppose, the best way to do it. You can get some spare ones. I'll just post a link below. I found some at quite a good price. But as far as the setup of the machine, there's not a huge amount to do apart from plugging it in. You do get the paddle, so this is the paddle installation. So I will just show you how to do that. Well, I'm going to have a look because as I say, I've not done that yet. So it just says on the top there. So you do need to be careful because that's quite, just around the edges there, the blade is quite sharp. Just want to make sure you don't cut yourself. But if we just take this out, and this will just go in the top here. So it just goes in the lid. That's quite a simple process. It's just saying you've just got a little latch on one side. So if we move that round, then that just allows the blade to go in there, and you just release that. And then just make sure you don't touch the sharp parts, but you'll see that that's locked into place now. So that's ready. But really what I want to do at the moment, as I say, I'm going to make 2 types of ice cream. The first one I'm going to make is a vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips. I must say we love chocolate chips in our household, but that's the first one I'm going to make. So I've got all the ingredients measured out, so I think the best thing is to have a go at starting to make some ice cream. So I did refer to this earlier. This is the recipe guide that comes with it. I'll just quickly show you through it. I suppose what it's doing is it's just showing you that you can make, well, there's 6 different types of ice cream or smoothies, sorbet that you can make. Within this recipe guide, you've got quite a good range. You've got quite a few tips. I'd say quite a few people having this kind of machine are probably quite new to making ice cream. I know I certainly am. I'm quite au fait with eating it, but I've never actually made it. So you've got no cook strawberry ice cream, You've got raspberry crush ice cream, so even dairy free. But yeah, there's a lot to have a look at, and as I just mentioned earlier, you can just have a look on the Ninja website as well. But this is really the one I want to concentrate on at the moment. It's something that vanilla ice cream. I'm going to try this because we do like vanilla as a family, but there's something about the taste of proper vanilla ice cream. We normally try and avoid the cheap ice cream because, to be fair, it's quite bland and doesn't taste very nice. So I'm quite tempted with this one. So what I want to do is, I've started to measure some of the ingredients out, but let's get making the ice cream. So the first thing on the list is 18 grams of cream cheese. As you can see, it's only a tiny amount. You need to make sure it's put in a microwave-proof bowl, or microwave-safe bowl as they call it. Because what we need to do with this now is I just need to pop it in the microwave for 10 seconds just to soften it up. And now we've done that, you see it's a little bit softer. I must admit, towards the end it just started to splatter a little bit, so I wouldn't want to do it any longer than the 10 seconds. And then after that, so then we need to add the sugar. So I've already measured the sugar out. So we've got 55 grams of caster sugar. So let's just pop that in there. And then we need some vanilla essence. So this is 1 teaspoon, vanilla extract. Let's just get a teaspoon. That's it. I want to try and keep it as accurate as possible. So even when it came to the cream cheese, I had to make sure it's 18 grams. I just want to try and make sure it's, as I say, as accurate as possible, because I want to make sure that the ice cream tastes as good as it looks in the picture anyway. So now we've added the sugar and the vanilla extract. With a whisk or silicone spatula, put my teeth back in, beat for about 60 seconds. So I've got a whisk here, so if we start to mix this for about 60 seconds, and all it says is to keep doing it for about 60 seconds or until it starts to look like frosting. And I say we are pretty much there with that. That looks quite like frosting. And then slowly mix in the double cream and the milk until fully combined and the sugar is dissolved. Let's just move the scales to one side. So I have got the cream here first. So we've got 150 millilitres of double cream. And now we've got the cream in, then we'll start to add the milk. This does have to be whole milk. So this is 230 millilitres. So it is a bit more. There we are, I've just added that quite slowly. Just keep mixing it, and I could just feel underneath that the sugar seemed to have dissolved. So now we've done that, all it's saying is to pour it into one of the empty tubs. Let's just pop that to one side. So let's get one of the tubs. You will see on the side that it's got the maximum fill on the side there. Clearly, because we're following the recipe from the book, then we're not making it up, so hopefully this should fit in fine. So we'll pour that in, and that's almost pretty perfect. There we go. So we've got that in there, and it's just under the fill line, so that's no problem. What it's saying after that is to pour the base into the empty tub, place the lid on the tub and freeze for 24 hours. So as far as the initial process for the vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips, that's it. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put the lid on there and then go and pop that in the freezer. So I'll just pop the first tub of ice cream into the freezer, but what I want to do is I want to take advantage of making a bit more ice cream while I've got a little bit of time. So the next one I'm going to try is the salted caramel gelato. I must admit I've not made gelato before. I must say I did have a quick look on the website, I saw a picture of it and it looks really, really nice. There's a bit more work involved in the preparation on this one. I suppose that's why I wanted to try this one. But what you need to do first is to get 80 grams of granulated sugar, pop it into a saucepan. That's what I've done here. And it's quite a fine line as to, because what you need to do is I've put it on a medium heat at the moment. You do need to keep stirring it with a wooden spoon. and you need to make sure it melts, but you don't want it to be too light in colour, and also you don't want it to be too dark. If it does go too dark, then it'll have like a burnt aftertaste. So I would say here at the moment, let me show you that, I'd probably say we're not too far off, but what I'll do is I will just keep stirring it, because it's very tempted to go and get some of the other ingredients ready and then miss the point. So it does say at the bottom here, until it caramelizes into a rich copper colour and just begins to smoke. It does say if the colour's too light, your ice cream will be sweet, but without depth of flavour. If it's too dark, then it'll be burnt. So you'll get a burnt aftertaste, which won't be very nice. So now it's got up to temperature. I've just removed the pan from the heat. I've left the heat on because we are going to need it in a moment. The next stage is to mix 180 millilitres of whole milk and 230 millilitres of double cream. What you need to do is, again, put them in a microwave safe container, either a bowl or a jug like this, and you need to heat it up to 50 degrees. I must say it's not too, well, I suppose for me it's not too difficult. I have got a digital thermometer. I'll just show you. So it's at 47 degrees. When I first took it out of the microwave, it was definitely at 50 degrees, but hopefully that should be close enough. Put that to one side. What we need to do is we need to put it back in and mix it in with the sugar. It does say there that within the instructions that it will harden up, and it certainly has. You can see that it's, because I've taken it off the heat, it's hardened up pretty quickly. But at the moment, all we need to do is put half of this mixture in. So let's pop around half of that in. That's it. And then you need to put it back on the heat, and what we need to do is to just gently heat it. I don't want to do it too quickly. Again, we don't want to burn it. So it just says to return the pan to a low heat setting, stir until hardened caramel is dissolved, and then add in the remaining amount of milk and cream. So all I'm going to do at the moment is just to keep an eye on this. I have made sure it's on a low heat, and let's have a go. So hopefully you can see here, I'm not going to remove it from the heat, because the sugar, or the caramelized sugar, seems to harden up pretty quickly when I remove it from the heat. But you can see here that the colour has completely changed as the sugar is dissolving within the milk and cream mixture. But all I need to do is, now that that's pretty dissolved, there's just a little bit left. Now that I've got that, then we just add the rest of the milk and cream mixture. So we're not far off done now. But really the next stage is to get 4 medium egg yolks. It does recommend just to give them a quick whisk. So that's that done. Now this is pretty dissolved. We've got the mixture in there. So it does say to put a little bit of the mixture within the egg, within the egg yolks. Just mix that all in. And then what we need to do is to pour that into the milk and salt sugar mixture, I should say. There we go. And then what it's saying is that we need to get the temperature of this up to between 74 and 79 degrees centigrade. So I've just had a measure and we're up to temperature. I've got it to about 78 degrees. So let's just remove that from the heat now. Just keep stirring it for a moment. I just don't want that to harden up. So now we've done that bit. Now we need to get, so it's half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. There we are, it doesn't have to be a lot. So that's in there. Just get that last little bit off. Just give it another quick stir. Now what it's recommending is to pour it through a fine mesh sieve. So I'll just go and get that, and then once you've done that, then to pour it into one of the tubs, and then pop it into an ice bath, or put the tub under some cold water. Clearly don't put the water in the tub, but what you want to try and do is to cool it down quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put it through the sieve and then put it in the tub. Should just show you this. So that's all ready. I've just popped it through a sieve. You can see here that it's still a little bit warm. I have had it running under some, around some cold water. I haven't got an ice bath here at the moment. So at the moment, all I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for that to completely cool down, and then I'm going to pop the lid on and put it in the freezer for 24 hours. So it's 24 hours since I made the ice cream. Here are the 2 tubs that I did, and they're well and truly solid by now. So first of all, this is the vanilla ice cream. As you can see, it's well set in there. And then here's the second one that I made, this salted caramel. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to use the ice cream maker, because although I've talked about the ice cream maker quite a bit so far, I've not actually used it. All I've done is make some ice cream. So what I want to do is I'm going to start off with the vanilla ice cream with chocolate chips. So first of all, what we need to do is to take the container off and put that within it. And what you'll find is at the bottom you've got these little lugs, and underneath here this will just lock into position, so it just keeps it nice and steady in there. And I suppose the main advantage of this is that none of the ice cream is actually touching the outside of this bowl. So it just makes the whole cleaning process a lot easier. And then all we're going to do is lock that into position. So we've got that ready, and we're going to put that onto the base. And as you see, as I twist it, that raises it up so that it's in position, and hopefully you heard that it clicks into place. So I've just zoomed in here just to give you a better idea of how it all works. First of all, let's turn the machine on, and you'll see on here they've got quite a good selection. So we've got ice cream, light ice cream, gelato, sorbet, smoothie bowl, milkshake, mix in and re-spin. So quite a few different options. At the moment, all I want to do, because I'm just referring to the instructions that comes with the Ninja ice cream maker, and this is telling me to select the ice cream. So hopefully you could see across the top here, you had a progress indicator. So it goes from 1 to 4, and all it's doing is it just gives us a rough idea how long it will take. Normally it takes between 1.5 and 2 minutes. So now that it's finished, all you need to do is press the button on the side. It just releases the whole container, and then we take that off and then press that. Let's see what that's like. Oh, look at that. So well and truly mixed, but what I need to do is I just need to make a small hole. So it's saying to make us a 4 centimeter hole in the middle to put the chocolate chips in. That is looking absolutely awesome. Just trying to show you without tipping it out. I don't want to lose any of this after I've made all this effort. So I have measured out, just reach over and get these. So I've measured out 45 grams of chocolate chips. So I'm just going to pour those in there like that. And no, I'm just going to pop the lid back on like that. So that's locked into place again. And we're not going to select the same program. So let's just get that. That's it. Get it in place. Now this time we've done the ice cream option. So this time I want to select the mix in. It won't go as fast. Basically all it's doing is just going to mix in the chocolate chips. So let's have a go at this one. So again, you can see the progress indicator at the top. It went from 1 to 4. So it gives you a good idea how long it's going to take. Now, as they normally say, the proof is in the pudding. So let's take that off, take the container out, and that looks just awesome. So as you can see here, this is really creamy at the moment. This is absolutely lovely. I've just had one mouthful. That is really good. But I think the ultimate test is to get one of my lads to come in. I've not had him in one of my videos before, despite me having my YouTube channel for about 5 or 6 years. So I just want to bring William in. So this is my youngest, and I thought what I'll do is let's get him to try some of the ice cream, and let's get your honest feedback. What do you think to it? Is it good?
That's really nice.
Yeah. And this lad has eaten a lot of ice cream over the years, so for him to say that he likes it is really good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make up the second batch of the salted caramel. So the second one I made yesterday was the salted caramel gelato. Now this looks really nice, and even when I made it, the smell I get from this is absolutely fantastic. So same as before, I've put the container into the outer container. I'll just show you that because I've not had to clean that at all. There's nothing on it whatsoever, which is always a good sign. I must admit, I'm not a huge fan of gadgets where it might be convenient, but if it takes a lot of cleaning afterwards, then I must admit I'm not too much of a fan. But this one so far is really impressing me. So let's just turn it back on because it's automatically shut off, which to me again is always a really good feature. After a couple of minutes of not using it, it automatically turns off. So on this one, what we want to do is to select the gelato option. I've done the ice cream, that was the first one I did. So let's select the gelato. There we go, that's done now. It's flashed, and again you can see the progress indicator to see how it's getting on. So let's see what this one is like. Let's just remove the lid. And first impression, that looks absolutely awesome. But I think what I need to do is I need to take the camera back and let's give it a quick taste test. So here we go. This is the second one. This is the salted caramel gelato. Again, just to show you how clean the outer container is. So as we go to the internal container, let's just try that. That is absolutely stunning. And of course, being a typical teenager, William's still here. So if you want to try that as well. There we go. Whenever there's food around, he's always around as well. What do you think of that?
That is delicious. It's so good. I think it deserves a subscribe and a like.
There we go. So even William has said, if possible, I would appreciate it if you could click subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video. If you've got any recommendations or anything else I could have done, then leave it in the comments below. If you have got one of the ice cream makers, then just let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Also, if you are thinking of buying one of these, I have provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. And I'm not quite sure why it's disappearing out of the camera, because I can guarantee that this isn't going to last very long. Anyway, thanks for watching.